All right, Ben, we want to thank you for being on our podcast and a little sneak peek into this weekend coming up. You're going to be a guest speaker for our career and family weekend, our young adult weekend, and we're really excited about that. And so, want to bring you on and do a little sneak peek and get to know you. So, I think we'll just start with that. Just tell us a little about yourself.
Yeah, so I'm glad to be with you. My claim to fame is that I'm Stacy's husband. Um, I've been married to the most wonderful woman on earth for 15 years, and we are blessed to have four daughters
Wow.
from 11 to 5, and the other hours of the day, I'm not sure where they go. Um, but I our daughters are um, 11, 9, 7, and 5, and they're all spring birthdays, 2 years apart, so they're just stair step down. A lot of folks call us the Von Traps, and we're okay with that. Um, the wife and kids are the joy of my life, and I'm excited that we get to all come to Lubbock and be with you.
Mm,
A lot of preachers don't travel with their families because just logistically, it's kind of a challenge and it can be really difficult. But it's really important that my family travels with me, and I'll have some things to say about that when I'm with you. But we're a homeschooling family, and that's a major reason why they can travel with me.
mm,
Sure.
We have flexibility of schedule that a lot of folks don't have, so that's a blessing. And my wife and I are native Tennesseans. And then after college, we lived in Alabama for 8 years. I was working with a church there in North Alabama. And then after that, we came to South Carolina. We're in the Greenville area, and we've been here 8 years. And we are blessed to be here. I hope we stay here forever. And so far as I know, my elders feel the same way. So I hope it stays that way. Um, we are into all the things that kids these ages would be into, right? All the kids play piano, they all play soccer, uh, reading books, playing outside. We love to do all those things, and we're busy, we're active, just like everybody else that you guys have there, who's in that same season of life.
yeah.
So, juggling all the things that we have going on, that's obviously a topic that is something that we need to discuss because, well, we have a whole weekend dedicated to some home and family ideas, but particularly how do we manage all the responsibilities and the obligations that we have in life. So, this has been really good for me preparing for the weekend, and I'm looking forward to the time together.
That's awesome.
Hmm. What's a bit of a sneak peek for those interested to come and hear you? We're trying to sort of encourage people to visit Milwaukee Avenue Church if they never have here in Lubbock, and
Yeah.
if not physically, they can tune in to our live streams on YouTube as well. If there's any interest, and I think those recordings are going to go up on the website as well. So if you're just now tuning into this recording, and you missed it 4 years ago, which sometimes I experience that. It's like, oh, I want to go see that. That was 3 years ago. Good. There's those recordings are going to be available on YouTube and the Milwaukee Avenue Church of Christ webpage. And so, for those who will be coming this weekend, what's a sneak peek of some lessons that you would bring for us discussion?
Yeah. So I am very passionate about home and family, marriage, parenting topics. That's something that I think I'm probably really into it the most because that's just the season of life that I'm in right now, and so that absorbs all of my attention. But my wife and I host a marriage retreat every year for younger couples. We've been doing that for I think 5 years now. We have known too many young Christian couples who have gotten divorced or who are just living in misery, and it breaks our hearts to hear that, and that's not what we want for anybody. So we decided several years ago that we were going to start focusing a lot of our attention on strengthening marriages and helping people as they're forming their families and through parenting and all of those things. So that's become a major thing for us. Now, with Milwaukee Avenue, what we're going to be doing that weekend, uh, I may be getting some of the timing wrong here. Y'all correct me if I do, but Saturday morning, I believe, we're going to have 2 hours, two sessions on our roles and responsibilities and finding balance with all of the obligations that we have in life. We are parents, we are citizens in our community, we are employees and employers, uh, all these different things that we all wear many hats. And how do we find balance with all of those things? So, our Saturday morning sessions, we're going to have two sessions on that. Then, Saturday afternoon, we're shifting gears completely from that topic, but we're going to go to another topic that I have found is extremely important and almost never talked about, and that is the sexual relationship in marriage.
Mm,
This is a talk that I've done a few times. It's been very well received. It's a tactful and yet candid discussion about why this matters and how can we help this area in our marriage. Then on Sunday morning in the Bible class hour, I'm hoping for that to be a practical, hands on session about home religious education, right? Teaching our kids at home, teaching them the scriptures, working with them on memorization and songs and learning the Bible and just some practical tips on how to do that with young kids, especially, but even how to have some meaningful Bible time with older kids as well. Then Sunday sermons. The morning sermon is a sermon I've done many times. It's called "What Do We Want for Our Children?" And basically, the idea is that what we want for our kids, or what we say we want for our kids, is oftentimes the religious answer. Well, I want my kids to go to heaven. Well, yes, okay, but what we often say we want for our kids doesn't match up with what we're actually doing day to day to get them there, right?
yeah.
Or are we letting the world influence our thinking about our goals and our dreams for our kids more than we might like to admit?
Mm,
Okay. And then Sunday night is really a lesson for the kids. It's for the young people, and it's called "Continue in the Things That You've Learned." And it's based on 2 Timothy 3 and some words that Paul says to Timothy there about what does it mean to be a faithful young man and to be true to the things that you've known, the things that you've been taught by, in Timothy's case, his mother and his grandmother. But we all have a religious heritage of some kind. And even if we didn't grow up in a Christian home, but we're Christians now, then we're giving a heritage to our own kids. And we want them to continue in the things that they have learned. And so it's really a lesson for the young people about staying true to the faith that you were brought up in and
mm.
encouraging them in that way.
mm.
So it
That's
just
awesome.
it sounds like it's all going to be really practical, um, very very much focused in wisdom and hey, you could try it this way. The Bible says things like this. Let's reason together and find the best path with Jesus as our light. Um, I think that's a really encouraging series of studies that you're going to bring. I'm excited for it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. Um, so that's a lot. There's a lot there and a lot to look forward to. And we're talking about life and balancing career and family and all these things. Um, so what is something that maybe you could give to people who are just listening and waiting for the weekend that they can use today?
Yeah. So I, as I think about balancing all these responsibilities that we have, really what we're saying, I think, is we wish there was more time in a day, right? I don't know about you, but I only have 24 hours in my day. And I wish there was time that I had, 35, so that I could squeeze in all the things that I need. Um, so I'm going to make this practical suggestion. And if people want to do this, in advance of the meeting, I think that'd be great. I would love to get feedback if people are willing to do this.
Okay.
But the apostle Paul said in Ephesians 5 that we should make the most of our time or redeem the time.
Yes.
Um, I think really what we're trying to figure out is how do I fit all of these things that I have to do into the time that I have allotted? And realistically, we can't, right? Something's got to give. But something practical that people could do, and you could do this over the course of a few days, or you could even stretch it out even longer. But keep a record of the time that you spend doing the different activities that you're doing.
Mm.
Now, this can be general. I don't mean, okay, I'm starting the coffee maker now, and oh, I spent 5 minutes and 17 seconds making coffee. No, it doesn't have to be that precise, but look at your schedule and what you do each day. How many hours are you spending on each itemized thing? If you're an iPhone person, every Sunday you get a screen time report that says
Yeah.
you spent so many hours on your device, each day this week. But you can get out your phone. I'm sure this is true for Androids too. I wouldn't know. I've never had an Android, but I'm sure you can get on your device and look up how many hours am I spending on social media? How many hours am I spending using the mail app and all these different things? Well, that's an easy one to keep track of because it's already doing it for you. You just have to go look it up. But how many hours per week are you spending at the ball field? How many hours are you spending at church and church related activities? How many hours are you spending, volunteering at the local whatever it is that you're into? How many
Mhm.
hours are you spending doing all these different things and look and see where is your time going? Because I think for a lot of us, and I've been guilty of this too, oh, I just don't have enough time to get everything done. Yeah, but you know what? If I didn't spend 3.5 hours on my phone today, I probably could have gotten some more things done, right? But you don't
Mhm.
know that until you try to keep track of it. It's hard to take back your time if you don't know where it's going. Time is like money. You need to budget your money. If you don't watch it, you're going to get to the end of the month and you're going to say, "Hey, I've got too much month and not enough money." So you need to budget your time as well and figure out where is it going because if you don't watch it, it
Mhm.
flies away quickly.
Yeah.
So that would just be a practical thing. Just take a few days, keep a log, and then just see where your time is going. And hey, if you want to share that on the weekend that I'm there, then I'd love to hear what you've got.
That's awesome. But just prioritize and see, where this is going and what's my
You're going to
focus.
hear the word priorities a lot the weekend
Yeah.
that I'm there. And I think that's probably expected, right? But
And
we're really going to be focusing on what are the priorities of Jesus and what does he say
oh,
should be
amen.
our.
Amen. I love that. Yeah.
Well, for those tuning in and wishing to join us on the weekend, there is actually a sign up, and we're currently recording this on February 4th, 2025. So if that is not today for you listening, we are long in the past, so this won't apply to you. However, the website is machurch.org. That's the Milwaukee Avenue Church.org. And there is a sign up there on the second bubble. It's the Young Adult Weekend Career and Family with Ben Walker, who's been our guest during this session. Thank you, Ben. And the dates will be February 28th through March 2nd, 2025. There's the webpage for those viewing. I don't know if you can see that. We'll edit that out. Okay. Anyway, so if you want to go there and there is a Young Adult Weekend sign up, press the button and register. That way we have a record of your attendance. There it is up on the scroller there, www.machurch.org. Ben, thank you so much for your time. And Lord willing, we'll see you here in a few weeks.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.